Something big is brewing in Las Vegas. Just when you thought the offseason was winding down, boom! Big moves are back. The Raiders are making waves again, and what's coming could completely reshape their roster. A frustrated wide receiver from an NFC contender isn't on the radar. A blockbuster trade could be formed behind closed doors. Is there a quarterback roster? It's gotten more even and more intense. When it comes to a wide receiver who not only catches passes but commands respect on the ground with elite blocking, Jauan Jennings' name needs to be considered prominently. And now, Raider Nation, he could be on his way to Las Vegas. That's right. What once seemed like just a tactical adjustment is becoming a real and extremely strategic possibility behind the scenes in the NFL. According to Tom Vieira of USA Today, Jennings is a potential target for the Las Vegas Raiders, who are undergoing a bold overhaul under Pete Carroll. And the truth is, few pieces have fit as well into the Raiders' current puzzle as the former 49ers. Jennings was simply the most dominant wide receiver in the NFL in blocking the run game last season, according to Pro Football Focus. That's exactly the kind of attribute Pete Carroll values, especially now, with the offense being restructured to revolve around the physical strength of rookie Ashton Jeanty, the 6th overall pick in the 2025 draft. But there's much more to this potential matchup than statistics. The Raiders aren't waiting to see what happens. They're building to win now. Carroll's arrival, the trade for Geno Smith, and the selection of Jeanty indicate a clear shift in mindset. Jennings, with his physical style and experience in a demanding system like Kyle Shanahan's, would be a valuable addition, not just as a target, but as a pillar in the collective offensive effort. He would fit perfectly alongside the reliable Jakobi Meyers in the slot and the prodigy Brock Bowers in center field. And yes, Jack Beck, a promising hotshot, should develop over time, but having a veteran like Jennings on the wings would bring immediate stability, something no one has ever overlooked in a division as fierce as the AFC West. And here's the kicker. Jennings may actually be available. Contract extension negotiations with the 49ers have cooled, and this is a delicate time for the San Francisco 24. He achieved career-best numbers: 77 receptions, 975 yards, and 6 touchdowns, all while playing as a WR3 in a super congested system. Now, with room to shine even more, he could become a true difference maker in Sin City. And best of all, he would serve as a security police force if the Raiders failed to re-sign Jakobi Meyers after 2025. With Jennings on the field, the rookies wouldn't be pressured to produce instantly, and Geno Smith would gain an additional weapon with a track record of consistency. So, the question isn't whether Jennings would be useful to the Raiders. The question is, what are they waiting for? But don't think this is the only bombshell in the air. While Jennings emerges as an underrated player, there's another name, much bigger, much more impactful, that could shake up the market at any moment. A Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver is about to change the game. And if Las Vegas truly wants to go further, this could be the move that changes everything. Take a deep breath, Raiders fans, because what's coming could change the entire 2025 season rumor mill. Terry McLaurin, the Commanders' star WR, is officially at the center of trade rumors. And guess who's just been listed as the most promising destination? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Las Vegas Raiders aren't at the top of that conversation, and it could be bigger than any of us expected. Let's get straight to the point. McLaurin didn't show up for mandatory minicamp in Washington. The reason? Total stagnation in negotiations for a contract extension. He's still under contract through the end of 2025, but with no prospect of a long-term deal, the atmosphere has soured. And when a star like that starts to get restless, the NFL takes notice. According to Sports Illustrated's Mike Kadlick, the Raiders don't just make sense. They'd be the perfect fit for Terry. Why is this so important? Because despite the reinforcements up front and in the backfield, Las Vegas still has a glaring hole in its receiving cores. Jakobi Meyers is reliable, Jack Beck is promising, Trey Tucker and Dante Thornton Jr. are promising, but let's be honest, this isn't an elite offensive arsenal yet. Not against Mahomes, Herbert, and AFC defenses. More is needed. Someone like McLaurin is needed. We're talking about a player who has surpassed 1,000 receiving yards in each of the last 3 seasons, even with total instability at quarterback in Washington. With Jaden Daniels taking over there, the Commanders seem poised for a new era, but without resolving the contract of their main passing weapon, things could quickly unravel. And that's where the Raiders come in. Imagine this scenario. Geno Smith leading the offense, Brock Bowers destroying matchups in the middle of the field, Jakobi Meyers providing backups in the slot, and Terry McLaurin burning defenders on the sidelines. This isn't just efficient, it's unstoppable. It's the kind of aggressive structure that changes the AFC hierarchy. That turns Las Vegas into a true contender. That strikes fear into Kansas City and makes the Chargers rethink their entire defense. And what's more, the Raiders can afford it. With one of the largest salary cap spaces in the league, Vegas doesn't need to think twice. They have the flexibility to offer the kind of contract McLaurin wants, and that the Commanders so far haven't. This puts general manager coach Pete Carroll in a privileged position, the chance to steal a star from the NFC AFC and transform him into a key part of a new winning project. Of course, some say McLaurin will report to training camp in Washington, but simply being present doesn't mean you're happy. And in professional football, a disgruntled player is a ticking time bomb. If the climate remains sour, a trade might not just happen, it might be progressive. And Carroll knows this. He's 73 years old and didn't come to Vegas to waste time. He wants to win, now. And McLaurin is an immediate impact player, a quiet leader, a legitimate WR1 who can take that time to a new level. Now stop and think for a second. Jennings as WR2, McLaurin as WR1, Brock Bowers under center, Myers without a spot, Janty dominating the ground, Geno Smith with multiple reliable weapons, and Chip Kelly drawing up plays for all of them. It sounds like a video game offense, but it could change reality if the Raiders are pushed hard enough to pull the trigger. But while speculation rages on offense, something happened behind the scenes in the locker room. A quiet decision, but with major implications. Because believe me, the Raiders quarterback group will never be the same from now on. And the cut no one expected has just reopened the competition at the most important position in football. While rumors swirled about big names joining the team, the Raiders quietly made a move that could shake up the quarterback room. They released quarterback Carter Bradley. Bradley, who joined the Raiders as an undrafted free agent from South Alabama in 2024, showed flashes in last year's preseason. He completed 50% of his passes for 225 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He never took a snap in the regular season, but earned respect for his poise and understanding of the game. Still, with training camp just days away, the Raiders made a decision, and Bradley is now a free agent. So where does that leave the quarterback depth chart? Geno Smith is the starter. That's a given. Aiden O'Connell, who declared potential last season, remains the primary backup. But there's also Cam Miller, the small school champion from North Dakota State, personally backed by minority owner Tom Brady. Miller has talent, but lacks proven NFL experience. With Bradley's departure, the Raiders have signaled they will enter training camp with just 3 quarterbacks, and perhaps only 2 will make the final 53. The battle between O'Connell and Miller will be one of the most intriguing storylines of the preseason. If Miller impresses Carroll and offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, he could steal a starting spot. If not, the Raiders could return to the market or bring back a veteran who was cut from a previous season. The timing of the release is also important. The rookies report to training camp on July 17th, and the veterans follow 5 days later. With the quarterback cap now 1 player short, all eyes will be on who will take over Geno's job. With Jennings on the radar, McLaurin on a possible escape route to Las Vegas, and changes quietly taking place in the quarterback room, are the Raiders finally assembling the ideal roster to challenge for the top spot in the AFC in 2025? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel, but later I will come back to update you with the latest news from the Raiders.